So, for those who don't know, Endling is a game I first heard about in a teaser about 3 years ago now. It was originally announced like 4 years ago. I was a little bit later to the party than some. It's mostly a survival game, right? It's focused on playing as a mother fox, trying to take care of her young kids. There's a few key things to it. You're apparently the last mother fox on Earth. It's a post-apocalyptic setting. The world has gone to hell. I don't know that they're ever really clear on exactly why, but it seems very much around eco disasters, the environment, and the tone is they're cute and cuddly, but it is not pull its punches, and you'll see what I mean with the opening. So without further ado, fingers crossed, like Sailor said, everything crossed. Let's hop in and see if we can't get this to go smoothly today. It is an absolutely gorgeous game as well. It's just the issues I've bumped into, I think, have to do more with like PC optimization than anything else. But hopefully we've got it dialed in just right this time. And it's a stellar soundtrack on top of that. Nope. Not going that way. I almost went past where I'm supposed to jump up. And initially I thought that this was a natural fire, but it is most definitely not. Especially not knowing why. Oh, by the way, this is the part you didn't know about. So yeah, Bambi unfortunately on fire. Like I said, they don't pull the punches early. We got somebody up there. Is that? That might be the guy. But at least we can get into a lair and get into safety for now. I know, I told you they don't pull the punches early. But this is crying for a different reason. the little ones are here. We actually do get to customize the pups. So they obviously have, like, certain presets of how they'll look in each slot, but I like that combination. They'll look pretty unique. The last one is the closest one I could get to pepper colored. The one that's sitting up right now. That's the closest one I could get. Because there's no, like, white coating. Or anything close to that, unfortunately. Alright, so now we gotta see how it performs being out and about. Alright, so we need to find food for the kits. That's why I say I believe all fox young are called kits, but they say cubs. It might just be I know it's a studio from Spain, so maybe it's just a localization thing, I'm not sure. Maybe just because so many people will say that. We're gonna go this way, and we can hide in the little bushes whenever we need to get by an enemy. That seems to be something the cubs can do later, but never discovered how. And I figure we don't let the deer go to waste at least. That'll at least get the pups fed. Get back in as fast as we can, because that'll give them a good amount of their hunger up. There you go. So that's the first night, the first loop, so to speak. Give me 1 second though, because there is another change I want to. Oh, I don't know why the cursor started here. Interesting. There is one other change I want to try to make before we go on, so just give me a quick second and I'll get that implemented, then we should be going again. Alright, we've got it back in. Alright, Bep, appreciate you checking in. I'll see you on your, it would be your lunch, right? Yeah, I think your lunch would be when you'd be able to hop back in. Alright, so I made a couple more tweaks. Let's see if that helps. I know there's a trash bag back over where the deer was. What I don't know is if it'll actually still be there or not. So let's go check that first, actually. Because if there's food there, we can grab that, pop back in. Keep their hunger meter from going down at all. Well, they get stagnant while they're still in the cave, come to think of it. Yep, it's still here. Okay. Alright, so let's see... Oh, nope. Damn. Alright, we gotta find a different food source then. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but that's the risk you take. Alright, slow it down here a little, because I don't know this spot at all. I don't know what we might encounter. Hey, whatever we're encountering, it's food. Ooh, okay. Pounce, and we got ourselves a fish. Sweet. I just want to kind of clear out to see how far this goes, and then we'll get back to the pups. Wow. Okay, so I'd be near a trash bag, and that seems like something that the pups would be able to get. That egg. So let's head back with the fish. That should help quite a bit with their hunger. Some freshly caught prey. That shouldn't be too bad. Whoop, I almost went too far. Actually, their hunger meters aren't going down, is it? No, it's not. Okay. So let's take advantage to just explore then. We've got the fish. They're not getting any hungrier. Let's see what we can clear out. I don't want to go towards the building. Not yet. That seems like something to do later. Is that an area? Whoa, what the hell is that? I thought I just saw something launch into the sky. I see some berries. I heard a mouse. Alright, that dead ends. It looks like the badger icon the other way. Hey, Iridium, how are you doing? I'm not doing too bad. Just enjoying this this new game. Just came out yesterday. Though, yeah, no, the badger's guarding something. Alright, badger, I'll leave you alone. Though I have been having a hell of a time trying to dial in the right settings for it to stream with, so... Well, there goes the mousey. I already have a fish, though, for the young. Hope everything's been going well with you, man. You're still rocking the cycle, I take it? Yeah, I definitely don't want to be going near the fisherman's hut yet. We'll cut back the other way. I should probably just get back to the lair, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, are you in the ELO now where you encounter them a lot? We'll get these pups fed. Almost got it to full, in fact. Alright, let me make one more tweak here. Because one thing I've been messing with the whole time is whether or not to just restrict the FPS. But, let me show you guys what happens. Because it jumps quite a bit. But, you will, oh! Got a little cutscene. Nah, he's going after the froggy. This is not going to end well. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Oh, that panic with the ears back. So with the FPS unlocked, you're gonna notice a lot of little stutters. And that's been one of the biggest things that I've been bumping into. Is it just, with it unlocked, it throws around wildly. So I had tried with VSync on, and actually that made it even more inconsistent, though it did smooth out the image. Limiting the FPS has been, as you can see here, been like the answer to keeping it smooth. Alright, let's take a sniff of this though. Ah, okay. So it gives us little, like, memory vignettes. It's all on one PC, Iridium. But I'm using a 3080 Founders Edition card and the 12-core AMD. So I've got the juice. It's just not well optimized. Is the main thing I'm bumping into. Which is part of the risk you take playing stuff at launch, is that they have to take a few more stabs at it before they really lock it in. Is that a battery? Ah, yeah, that's why. Took him on a boat, which means we're going to lose the scent. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, the biggest thing was, so I was a console gamer for the majority of my life. I'm in my early 30s. And when I decided that I was going to move towards PC, we had been setting aside money for a bit. And it was one of those things where it's like, I'm going to future-proof the hell out of this thing. By then, I had already gotten used to 4K gaming, so I was like, I want something where I'm able to run 4K 60. I'm not a big, like, 90-plus frame rate kind of person, mostly because, and everyone's different with this, right, depending on your eyes. I don't see a difference past 90. And in reality, between 60 and 90, I basically see it. See, you say that, Iridium, but what you have to understand is the cycle, I'm playing that 4K 90. Like, could I get up to 144 plus? Probably. I don't want to. I'd rather... I love the graphical fidelity. Like, I am not an FPS chaser, I'm a graphics whore. The more beautiful a game can get, like, I want everything maxed out, essentially. So for me, the baseline is, can I get everything at its highest settings or close to highest and still do 4K 60? If I can do that, I'm happy as can be. With HDR, because the monitor I have is capable of... It's actually capable of 144 with 4K HDR, but I never push it to that, because I can't run any... Like, no. Even with what I've got, I cannot push it that high. Oh, the little froggy. Yeah, no, I don't... I can't see it. Like, I know there's a difference, right? Like, because that's a big conversation that pops up with people where they're like, oh, the human eye can't see past. It's like, no, actually, people can see past a certain number compared to others. It's just diminishing returns, right? Like, and especially the older you get, the less your eyes will pick up on the difference. But I know people, like, you could have the settings off, right? Tracking it on, like, a screen that they can't see, and they'd be able to tell the moment it switches, like, you know, even 5 frames. Their eyes are able to detect it that well. My eyes are not like that. Like, so I was like, as long as it's smooth, that's the key thing for me. And now we have the little frog in place of the pup. Oh, are the pups going to start joining us now? We're moving around more. Alrighty, so they'll be traveling with us now. Yeah, and there's some stuff that can look absolutely gorgeous at 1440. Like... And that was actually the weirdest thing for me is when I was testing this game, because I always test stuff before I go live to stream with it. Ooh, some of these locks are gone. We can explore more. Let's go this way, actually. I haven't... Oh, I can pet them? Come back here. Aww. One of the things for me is, like, there's probably some stuff I could run at 1440 with this setup and push higher up, or, like, definitely get it set up to the absolute highest settings where I wouldn't be able to do that on 4K at a certain frame rate. But I think just the fact that this monitor can do 4K HDR pushes me over the top to go for it. Ah, okay, so now their health meter's draining there. Ooh. Ooh, I think I know how to do this. Tide. And we come out! Yeah, we got the... sure, we'll drop it. I need to find some other food source, though, because that way we can feed them while we're walking around, but then we can have food to bring back to the lair. I think that's the way I want to do that. Where does this go? That's locked, that's not, so we'll keep heading up. Ooh, I see berries. All them to me. Alright, we'll keep the berries on standby. I just want to see what's up here. Nope. No way to get past that. See, like right now, it doesn't appear on stream, but I do have a FPS tracker going. And it's like 57, 58, hitting 60 from time to time. I'm not actually running 60 solidly. And it's just an optimization thing more than anything. Ooh, this is a dead end. Ah, okay, I see the stick above. That's got to be going then on the other side of the path. Ooh, I can't bark because I got stuff in my mouth. Alright. I like that they actually include that detail. But I can still see them behind me, so... Nice. Come on, pups. Keep up. Got a little bit more exploring to do. At least till it gets down to little closer to daytime, and then we'll pop back into the lair. Plus, if I can find another food source, I can give them these berries and take that food source back. And ooh, I see more berries. Okay. Wait, make sure they actually stay close. Ooh, how do I deal with traps? Oh, okay. Pretty simple. Alright, we'll give them this. And we'll grab that. Well, they don't like that. Let's try it. There we go. Unlock the shortcut. Alright, so we have a way to be able to cut straight through now. See, pups, nothing to worry about. Alright, but we haven't explored further up this way. The only downside of having the food in my mouth, I can't bark. Oh, shit, I forgot about the trap. Now she's hurt. Alright, you know what? They're more than enough well-fed, and I'm hurt. We're just gonna go back. I would forget that that trap is there. I hope she recovers from this easily. Oh shit, what's the warning symbol for? I can't tell. I didn't see anything off screen. No, get back to the lair. And I even tried, like, seeing if, okay, I mean, what if I drop this game down to 1440 and it still hits about the same. For sure, Iridium. I appreciate you stopping in, man. Hope you and your daughter have fun. Okay, so they all can jump. That's good. Alright. I mean, I'm hesitant to do this, but let's see if maybe a few more drops help. That's been the weird thing, right? Is like with most games, you make those adjustments, like, alright, you start to get some more frames out of it, and with this one, I swear, it ends up not making a difference. Try to turn the FPS limiter off, and then back on, because weirdly I've seen that work with some games. It's almost like you have to get it to recognize the new settings first, and then start limiting the FPS from there. Because without the limiter on, it'll run above 60. It's holding pretty steadily above 60. But when I put the limiter back on, it's running below 60. And that's the thing that keeps throwing me. So, let's do another night and see how it goes.